Sam? John, you ready?
Yep.
Zeitz?
Sounds
Oh, yours is going too?
Not yet.
Oh, I see, all right.
Now it is.
All right.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah.
All right, good evening, everyone. Tonight is November 17th, 6 o'clock, the Board of Trustees regular meeting. And for any of you that don't know, that tonight's my anniversary after 26 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You sure it's not the BDUG game?
That's it. It is truly my anniversary, though.
You mean there's no Russell?
Shall we stand?
Call the roll. Mr. Genowine.
Here.
Mr. Crandall.
Here.
Mr. Mahoney.
Here.
Mr. Simcoe. Here.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's nobody signed up.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on the November 4th meeting minutes?
I didn't see
Did we
them
not see
out
those
there.
Oh,
Did you send them out?
I sent them to Susan and she's going to send them. So
When did you send them?
I sent them, let me look at the calendar, I sent them to her on, what's today?
Did you get them,
I'm
John?
trying to read.
I don't think I did.
On the 5th in the morning, I sent them to her and I told her to send them out that next week.
well, why don't we
Let's
just
hold off on that, because I
yeah.
haven't read them, and I don't think there's going to be an issue, but I did look for them yesterday or this morning, and I didn't see them.
Okay.
No
I
problem.
don't recall seeing them either.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight? Daryl, you're up.
Good evening. The monthly report for zoning for the month of October. Had another decent month as far as permits go. We issued 38 permits at a just under $4.8 million estimated value. Year to date, we're at 423 permits and just under $53.5 million of estimated value. Those are both about a 25% increase over where we were last year at this time. Single-family dwellings permits, we issued, or through the end of October, we issued 87. That's a 3.6% increase from last year, and we're at $22.31 million estimated value, and that's down from last year 1.3%. I would like to add, though, that since the end of October, we've issued a few more permits, and we're actually at 91. And last year, we had 92 for the entire year, and that was our best year since '07. So 6 weeks to go, we're looking to keep breaking the record.
All right, thanks, Daryl.
On zoning complaints, finally starting to taper off a little bit. We had 7 for the month. We're at 188 for the year, which is still a 33% increase from last year. No meetings for Board of Zoning Appeals, Zoning Commission, or Project Plan Review. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Daryl.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Chief?
Good evening.
Evening.
I must apologize to you. I have another meeting to go to, so I'll keep it brief if that's okay. It's not a football game, and it's not my anniversary. So, looking at the monthly report, the first couple pages are our monthly runs, which are continuing to be just a little bit over what we had last year. Page 4. I'm happy to say that we only had 3 incidents last month where we had to have mutual aid ambulances or mutual aid from other departments, so that's a plus. Page 5 is our community risk reduction. October is fire prevention month, and we did our annual fire safety festival. We had over 1,400 people participate, and we had 1 hour early for the kids with special needs, and we got a lot of positive feedback from the parents of those special needs kids, just to let us know that they really appreciated it. The next couple pages, as you scan down, Scott, are some of the pictures of the kids having a good time, squirting a hose, and we had a clown there, bouncy houses, and Then there were 2 fire pods that we did for the parents. One was where we put a frozen turkey into the hot grease to see what that happens. That's a big no-no there. And then we had one with the Christmas tree that if you get burning embers too close to a Christmas tree, how it can go ahead and flame. Next page is our training. We did basic structural firefighter training. We had Tim O'Brien, an engineer, came in and gave us some classes on structure when it's under fire, how it can become compromised. And we did our annual pump testing. Thanks to Rob for giving us Al to get through with our annual pump testing. All of our pumps passed with flying colors. The next page is our overtime. The bottom line, the staffing is 561. We had 7 people that were off either on maternity leave, injury leave, or deployment. So that's coming. We have, out of those 7, we have 4 back, so that should start to dwindle. And then the next 2 pages are just thank you notes from different organizations and people to say thanks. The one second note is lady writing in, or gentleman writing in for saving his wife's life.
Awesome.
That's all I have.
Thanks, Chief. Any questions from the board?
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Rob? Evening.
Or John.
Oh, moving along without him though, pretty well, right? Yeah.
Streamlining it even more, right? Good evening.
Evening.
I'll make this brief too. In the monthly report, you'll see on page 2 our actual calls into the police station. Those calls total 645 total calls. Page 3, you'll see we're down in calls for service. We're pretty much trending very closely on our stats, with the exception of identity thefts, which are almost double, and our theft reports are way up too. Page 4, the criminal charges filed for the 3 different shifts by Administrative Sergeant Whalen. You can see that afternoons continues to be our busiest month, even just based on the charges filed. That's why we staff that a little more heavily. It's obviously our busiest month, or busiest shift. Page 5, detective caseload stats. I won't go over all the numbers. They're there in the right column in bold print for you as far as the assigned, the cleared, and it looks like they cleared about 2/3 of the cases for the month, and in the prior month's cases that were cleared. Page 6, there's really not much of note there. That's our DEA, or our detective working in the DEA task force. They're working, you can read that paragraph at your leisure, but they're working on some bigger scale things that ought to close some stuff down in Defiance and such. There'll probably be some pretty good seizures as a result of that down the road. Page 7, there's not a tremendous amount there of note. You'll see that with school starting up again, our community affairs officers coordinate with the schools. They now have a requirement to conduct all these different ALS evacuation drills and different type of activities like that, and we coordinate with them on that. They have a lot of requirements that the schools do that they didn't have a couple years ago. Speed trailer, not a lot of requests for things. I'm not going to say they're not speeding through neighborhoods some, but we're not hearing about it. And we try to monitor. Squirrel Bend was the one that we got the request on. K-9 report on page 8, there's not much there. The one thing I want to advise you of is that you're not seeing a lot of activity out of the K-9 right now because for quite some time we've had to keep him on midnights, due to staffing. Because as you know, we're down to one of our officers just in the last couple of days actually went independent. He passed his FTO. The other one's being extended. Unfortunately, the one that passed the FTO just got deployed for military leave. He'll be staying in the States, but he's going to be gone about 6 months. So it's unfortunate. He feels really bad about it. Nobody saw it coming. So, but I wanted to explain that, our K-9, it's tough to find stuff at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning out here. Page 9, you'll just see some of our crime reports. You can see the concentrations. Obviously, most of them are thefts, and most of them are the same thing along Monroe Street, along Central Avenue, the commercial stuff. With the exception of down in the southwest corner, we did get a little bit of rash of thefts from vehicles and things like that, like in Deer Point, and that's that area there, all the way down and pretty far to the left. Page 10, traffic crashes, DUI arrest. Not many DUI arrests. Traffic crashes, again, concentrated almost solely along Central Avenue. Page 11, you'll see some of the forfeitures and such. The total of all that stuff at the top, not counting the Sylvania Municipal Court fine money, is almost $16,000 in different seizures and seizures of assets and such. Page 12 is our overtime. You'll see that the overtime for officers is a little higher there. That is because of state mandated CPT, continuing professional training that we had to conduct. It was 4 hours for each officer. So of that 280 hours, 176 hours was something we had to do, and it was just that. And then the last thing I have is I wanted to let you know that we were just recently received or awarded a selective traffic enforcement program grant for $13,000, that won't be in your sheet here, $13,362, and an impaired driving enforcement program grant for $17,177. So a little better than $30,000 in grants for different kinds of traffic enforcement that we usually concentrate on Central Avenue. Those grants go from fiscal year October 1, 2015 to September 30, 2016. So that's all I have.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
John?
I have nothing for you. Do you have any questions or? If not, Mr. Simcoe.
You see the month-end analysis? Any questions asked? Otherwise, no report.
Wow.
Still looking good. David? Hearing of the public, do we have anybody like to speak that signed in?
Nobody signed in.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:13, please.
Second.
Call the roll, Mr. Genowine.
Yes.
Mr. Crandall.
Yes.
Yes.
Go Rockets.
No. You know, I saw